Hello, Trailblazers. Welcome to Blazer Brews, where Salesforce coffee and community comes together for conversation that actually matters. And I'm your host Ankita, and today's episode is one of those stories that stays with you because it proves one simple thing: resilience change everything. But before we move on and before we jump into this session, I would like to just highlight what we have discussed with View last episode. We explored his solopreneur journey packed with practical tips and the real talk. The live audience, you need to be there, you need to see that how the people was interacted, and we literally received 500 comments there. That was incredible. Vivek, if you are listening, thank you so much. That was really a memorable session. But today's also is extra special. Why? Because today's story isn't something special. Picture this: going from hospital care to speaking on one of the biggest tech stage event where everyone want to talk about. This is like Dreamforce. This sound unbelievable. Not anymore, because today we are joined by someone who truly embodied encourage growth and breaking barriers. Please join me in welcoming the amazing Jennifer. Jennifer, how are you? And thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Ankita. Thank you for having me on your show. Thank you so much for having me in mind for this one.
All right. Jennifer, why not just we go back and then rewind a bit? Your journey didn't started with technical with all the scrum calls and the Jira stories. It started with even real life changing things, healthcare, right? So what take us? Can you please take us back those early days and let us know how life was at that time?
So for me, I always call it a story of resilience. I call it a story of breaking barriers because where I started from, right at the brink of COVID, I was actually cleaning at a hospital. And I often joke around saying, if you're to ask me now, like at that time, Jennifer, where will you be in 5 years' time? I could have never imagined myself here. So in 2020, that's about 6 years ago now, I was cleaning at a hospital because not because I did not have any skills, but because there was nothing for me to do here. And cleaning was the best bet so that I could make ends meet for me and my family. Then, after a couple of months, I then joined a nonprofit organization as a driver. So I was driving the nonprofit vehicles for about 2 years, which is when I got introduced to Salesforce.
Oh, wow. So that's really incredible and powerful, right? You did what your heart says, right? Without worrying about what the people are thinking. So you always like that, you just wanted to go with the flow and without hesitating. Yeah, this is Jennifer, and the Jennifer can do anything, and who is right to grow other people's life as well, right? So that's really make a real impact in the other's life as well. So, how did the Salesforce? Can you please elaborate even more how the Salesforce enter your in your life? Is it planned something, or is like accidentally or in a good way?
Okay, so for me, it wasn't planned, to be fair. I just attended a workshop about 200 kilometers away from the town that I was working from. And when I got there, one of my colleagues had a brother at the same hotel where we were staying. And I had a conversation with his brother. Actually, my colleague and I had a conversation with his brother. You know, I saw him, he looked so well, he looked like he was really successful in life. And I'm like, guy, can you tell me what I can do with my life? I feel like I'm stuck in a certain place. I don't know where I am. I don't know what I'm capable of doing. But all I know is I want to go back, stay with my family. Right now, I'm always on the road and I really want to be with my children again. Tell me, what can I do? And he told me, okay, there's something called Salesforce, but he didn't have much information on it. And he's like, I want you to go and research about Salesforce. And then one advice that he gave me was, Jennifer, whatever you discover about Salesforce, I need you to invest in yourself. So, in brief, he was just saying there's going to be certifications, and I know that you might not be able to afford those certifications, but think about trying to save money to write a Salesforce certification. And you know what I did, Ankita? After hearing about Salesforce at that workshop, I went back to work, and guess what? I didn't do anything about it because I thought to myself, I don't think this is for me. Look, I'm trying to research, but I'm not seeing anything. And I remember at that time I bumped into a course that was 2,800 US dollars. And I was calculating, I'm like, this is 6 months of my salary. So there is no way this career is for me. And I didn't do anything about it. Then 2 months down the line, there was an internal post in the organization I was working for that was looking for a Salesforce administrator at the global hub. I'm like, what? So this is actually a career I can look into. Look, if I hadn't procrastinated, if I hadn't thought twice about this, I'll probably be up for the job. I'll probably be up for promotion now. And that's when I decided to get into this. I started off by just researching random Trailblazer community events, and I thought I need to attend at least one or two so that I know what Salesforce is about. And that's when my journey began.
Wow, that's so amazing. This is how we can see that the community is changing their lives. And even if you heard from someone about the Salesforce, this is how I also started. I only know what is the terms called Salesforce. There is something there in Salesforce, and eventually we are just go and explore by our own. And then we all landed here and supporting each other. That is so beautiful because Salesforce community is like an ohana. They really support to each other, and this is so inspiring as well. And I would like to understand, since you have, it's a very transformation for you, right? What was your biggest challenge when you started? And you remember in our time, we it's not just too much fancy UI which everyone is looking into the Salesforce. Have you also started from Salesforce Classic?
No, at that time it was now in Salesforce Lightning. But for me, getting into the ecosystem or starting learning Salesforce was a challenge in selecting the right path. I was all over the place because at that time I'm like, I don't know what is going to make me succeed in this ecosystem. So I was just all over the place. For me, I've got a marketing degree. So at some point I thought, should I do marketing cloud? And then at some point, I'm like, okay, I've been in customer service before. Should I do service cloud? And at another point, I'm like, sales cloud. So I was just all over the place when I started learning. But you know what? I will always, I know you just asked me the challenges, but I will tell you what made me go above that challenge. The Trailblazer
Of course.
community helped me because I got mentors in the ecosystem that would guide me in terms of, okay, Jennifer, what is your passion? What is it that you want to learn? You're coming from a non-tech background. Remember, I'm just non-tech. I'm still getting into the space. I'm trying to get my feet. And I'm
Of
thinking, okay,
course.
what is it that I can do? But mentorship, it helped me. The community helped me. And also, how did I get that mentorship? I was open about what I wanted, and I did it through LinkedIn. So I made LinkedIn my Salesforce diary, and I was diarizing my journey on LinkedIn. And this brought people who wanted to help me grow in the Salesforce ecosystem.
Wow. Yeah, because Salesforce has a lot of product. Choosing your niche skill is definitely we need some time and a good mentor is required for the same as well. Additionally, this is what I have also noticed. If you ask for the help, the community is always ready to help you. But you have to be vocal, you need to ask the proper question, and of course, you have to be also courageous towards what you are doing. But you just not made your life, but made you become a voice, and you did lot for the others as well. It's not easy. You are just not grown and focus on your career, but you focus to help other as well. Would you like to just talk about that, since you are the community leader now, right? So how does it feel like? What encourage you to help and motivate others, and not only just MVP? It's like you become an MVP, you are a community leader, you are helping women intake, and if I'm missing something, you are doing a lot, right? So what inspire you?
Okay, so again, I will be quick to say I was not anticipating to be a community leader. I did not have it planned, but I found myself wanting to help people in the community because there were some challenges that I was facing, and I didn't want anybody to face the same challenges that I was facing at that time. So I would find myself wanting to help other people because in terms of, for example, the path. Obviously, the path, what I got from my mentors was you need to leverage on your transferable skills. What skills do you have, and what path can you take in Salesforce where you can actually put in your transferable skills? And that is the same advice that I'll give people to say, you know what, don't be all over the place. It's all about knowing what you want to be, have a goal, and make sure that you set your smart objectives, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. And I found myself constantly wanting to be on calls with people with trailblazers rather, just to make sure that they are on the right track. And at that time, it was a fast, the buzz was all about having the Salesforce administrator certification. And at that time, Trailhead, sometimes somebody would just sign up on Trailhead and they're all over the trails. They don't really have a specific
Of course.
trail that they are following. So it was all about getting on calls. This is how you need to study when you go to the trail mix. Make sure you don't skip anything. So I would now enjoy having this type of conversations, as well as just encouraging the trailblazers to balance up between visibility and learning, and also getting the experience, because yes, certifications matter, but you also need that experience to show. So be innovative, try and create your own application on Salesforce. So I just found myself having all those kind of conversations, and it really mattered to me. The community mattered to me. I wanted them to grow with me. I wanted them to know that there is life in the Salesforce ecosystem. A career in Salesforce can change their lives because it changed mine.
Yes, that I truly believe that. And you are the one who's like not letting the traction loose. If you are in the trailhead, yes, you are there to ensure that whatever the problems they are facing, you are there to solve them, but you cannot step out from the trailhead. If you are started one module, you definitely has to finish that. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for helping Trailblazer. Now, let me talk about something which is also like very close to me, because I'm also like multiple community speaker. I used to speak, like I spread knowledge, awareness. This is how the people will get to know about the Salesforce. But let's talk about your huge milestone, becoming a Dreamforce speaker, right? That's a dream for so many in the ecosystem, right? And what was going in your mind when you was step into the stage?
Okay, so for me, I'm like, I remember stepping on the stage, I was like, wow, is this really me? Because if I were to write a book, Dreamforce was definitely supposed to be one of the chapters. And it was a dream come true. Sorry, my dogs are just making noise. It was a dream come true for
It's
me.
also happy and encouraging you, I guess.
So, stepping on the stage, just get it. First of all, getting on the plane to the US. It was my first time going to the US. Starting back, rewind, just getting the visa. It was a step closer to my dream. Getting the sponsorship to go to Dreamforce through Laura Crowders was a next step to achieving my dream. Then getting on the Dreamforce stage was a chapter that I've always envisioned in my in the book in my head, because I've never written a book, and okay, I dream of writing one day. So it was a dream come true. It was something that said to me, Jennifer, you keep breaking barriers. Where you're coming from and where you are today, and now taking the global stage. Your
That's
story should
amazing.
definitely speak to somebody else because for me, my journey is not mine alone, but it's also to encourage anybody out there who feels they can't do it, who feels like this is for this person, not for me. I'm coming from a non-tech background, never thought I'd be at this stage, but look at where I am because of people who believed in me, because of people who constantly took time to encourage me, people who used to mentor me. I've got so many mentors, some from India, from all over the world. I've got mentors that I appreciate so much because they always believed in me. I
Yeah.
can't mention names at this point because I'll end up, I'll not mention everybody
Of
who has
course,
mentored
of
me, but
course.
I really appreciate everybody who takes time to help somebody, regardless of where they're coming from, regardless of not knowing, regardless of not meeting them. Most of the people who have helped me in life, I've not met them in person, but it is such community events where I actually get to meet the people, and it's been an amazing journey. Dreamforce, I met so many people, so many people. It was amazing.
Yeah, the Dreamforce is like a different world for those 3 days. I got an opportunity to visit Dreamforce last year, and oh my god, if you're crossing from one building to another building, you will see the people you met somewhere in any dreaming event or multiple community event. Even if you are going for the morning walk, you can see the people saying that, and you can see the known faces. And with this crowd, if you're seeing that people are just waving the hand and saying, hey Jennifer, how are you doing, this is giving the incredible experience that okay, I'm doing something great, that I will be, like the people are knowing me. And I couldn't imagine when you have received that email for your session selection for the Dreamforce. Oh my god, it will be like goosebumps feelings, like whenever you see your session has been selected for Dreamforce. Have you shouted out louder? What was your reaction when you have seen or received that email?
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe. I'm like, what? Are you serious? And then I remember I was actually invited for some presentations that I hadn't even applied for. I'm like, wow, are you serious? You know, that kind of reaction. But I told myself, all this is happening for a reason. uh, Probably just to keep motivating the community because everything I do, I always have to put the community first to say, what is it that you're getting from my story? And can it help you in your journey as well?
Wow. That's actually the beauty, because you said that you have a lot of mentors previously, and I think you are just taking that legacy out and teaching others that if you got a mentor, this is not just your journey, you have to also encourage other, so that we believe in the growth together, and then we can see the changing life of everyone, right? So you are just a live example of inspiring other, because you are doing a lot of the African community. Do you want to say a few words about that?
Yes, so for me, as I've already said, it's all about taking the whole community with me. Sometimes, even if I fail at some point, but if there's somebody or if there's a community that's still going strong, that makes me stronger as well. Because in community, we learn a lot of things. We learn mentorship. We learn, also we get mentors. We learn a lot in the Salesforce ecosystem. You don't trail behind when you are part of a community, and that's what actually encouraged me to do this whole community building thing. Because at the end of the day, you can't be in a Salesforce journey all alone. It's full of frustrations. It's full of ups and downs, tears, joy.
Totally.
And you need somebody to share that with, which is why I always encourage a community.
Yeah, the Salesforce community is like our backbone. They're saying that, hey, we are here. We will not let you fall or give up, right? So that's the Salesforce community is also very close to me, and that's the reason we call it Ohana because we are family, right? But that is totally buzzing with inspirations. And now this is time for our Blazer Brews rapid fire round. And I know very well that you know the rules because you have to be really very quick. It's very easy question. Don't worry about that. So, are you ready? You born ready. What's your go-to coffee order, Jennifer?
Not a coffee person, but cappuccino can
Ah,
work.
so you like tea? You like tea, or you're not even into hot beverages?
I'm into water.
Ah, okay. So the one word. Let's talk about the one word to describe your journey. Quick.
Adventurous.
Oh, the roller coaster. You keep switching up here from there. Every time you just wanted to make yourself busy and want to involve into something which is like, increase your skills. Right. Totally. One advice for anyone hesitating to break the barrier because it's not easy to step out from the things which we are doing, even though we know, right? If you are changing something, it will eventually change our life as well. But people are hesitate. So, what is the one advice that you want to give?
Start from somewhere. Start from
Yes,
somewhere and be
exactly.
visible.
Okay, okay, yes. You need to start at least. Do not just think about it, just take a first step. All right. Your vision of Salesforce community, because we have talked a lot because we closely related to the community. So, what is your vision of Salesforce community?
A united community that's always bringing other people up. When somebody has given back to you, always try to give back to those that are also coming into the ecosystem. And it's not a competition, but it's a journey that you need to walk together.
That's very nice message. We need to understand we are not competitor. We are working together, right? Wow. Thank you so much, Jennifer. This has been such an inspiring conversation from hospital care to Salesforce leadership. Oh my God, you are not just shaping the mindset, but you are building the bridge for others. And before we wrap up, you know what? I actually has had a poll. I raised a poll on LinkedIn asking the audience that if the life gave them one reset button, right, with no limitation, nothing, just like your journey of breaking barriers, right? What would they choose first? And you know what? The majority of them have came up with the choice resetting goal from scratch, right? What is your thought around this?
That is true because some people get into the ecosystem without having clear direction of what they want to be or what they want to achieve. And because of that, they if they fail on something, they are quick to give up and want to jump onto something else. So resetting goals from scratch and making sure you set again, I'm going back to SMART goals. They have to be specific, they have to be measurable, they have to be attainable, they have to be realistic, and they have to be time bound. And with that, they've got something to always fall back on, something to always help them track their journey. And when they've reset their goals, they need an accountability partner, they need a mentor to guide them through the way, and they also need that resilience, passion, enthusiasm, ambition, and the zeal to keep going until they have achieved their goal.
Exactly. So once you have decided to change or breaking all your barriers and step out from the comfort zone, but it's not, you don't have to change, right? Recurringly just decided what you have to do. But when you have decided, first do the research, think about yourself, like whether you, that particular life, because other are doing, I also have to do, and this is also my goal. No, this is your goal. You have to
Yeah.
think according to your skills, right? And once you have decided, I don't think so you have to keep changing. And that's very motivational, Jennifer, that you said that we have to be keep going. We cannot stop it at one point, right? If we have taken a decision, yeah, we have to keep going, and we have to keep inspiring others with us as well, right? Oh my god, that is something is like very emotional also and very inspiring also at the same time. Yeah. So it's really powerful to see you here helping others, and like you are MVP now and you did a lot for the community. I have no words to describe your journey and your achievement. And even everyone listening, take this take this from your journey, that how it's like it's not that we can sit at some place saying that okay, my life is not easy, what I can do. But you are such an example also, that people can look into you and also connect with you if they need any help. I know that Jennifer is here to resolve the problem if anyone is facing, right? Okay, so and with that mindset, with someone like just like today's story, you have same potential to inspire and become at the end of the day all of the about, because I totally believe that the story, if we are narrating, that has all the potential to change the life. So that's my hashtag also, refreshing story and changing life. Yeah. And don't you believe that we need to bring the inspiring people to motivate. It's not just a motivation, it's something that it will give you the idea that how you can also do like that. If people can do, yes, we can also do that. And you also inspired me a lot as well. I just like, I if life allows me, I love to write a some small paragraph for your journey. It is
Oh,
truly touched my heart as well.
thank you.
So, on that note, I would love to say that Jennifer, thank you so much for being here, so much to tell us about your inspiring journey. Okay, so on this note, I am Ankita signing off for the Blazer Blue. Until the time, same space with same energy, we will see in the next episode. Thank you so much. Bye bye.